Okay, so we're going to switch gears. We have a really, really cool presentation um, about a former Kumon student from the Newburgh Center, which is outside of Evansville, Indiana. Let me pull up my presentation. Maybe. All right, we got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to introduce, we're going to talk to Mikaela Jenkins, and who's a former student of Kumon of Newburgh. And this is Mikaela at this year's Paralympics, where she won multiple medals. So I'm going to actually start off with Sanju. I'll like to introduce Sanju of the Newburgh Center and let her talk about Mikaela and introduce her, and then we'll get into it. So Sanju, it's all you.
All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. So my name is Sanju Cherath. I'm a Kumon instructor in a small township called Paradise in a small city called Newburgh, nestled in southwest corner of Indiana. So being a relatively small town makes it a very close-knit community. It gives me a good opportunity to keep in touch with our former students and their families. So I'm here to introduce to you Mikaela Jenkins, one of our past Kumon students who achieved distinction of being a gold medalist in recently concluded Paralympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. Mikaela's achievements not only made herself, but whole nation proud. And here I'm introducing you to Mikaela Jenkins. So Mikaela, it's all yours now, Matt and Mikaela.
Okay, so I'll put that back up. Right now, I'd like so we can see Mikaela a little bit better. Good morning, Mikaela. How are you? Can we hear her?
Yeah, sorry, I'm good. How are you?
There you are.
Here
Awesome.
you are.
So first of all, thank you very much for joining us. This kind of came together in short notice, and we really appreciate that you are able to get on and share your story. So the first thing I want to ask you to do is just, Sanju gave you a little bit of an introduction. Now I'll allow you to introduce yourself to the group, and then we'll get going.
Hi. So like they said, my name is Mikaela Jenkins. I am 18 and I'm a freshman at Grove City College, which is about an hour north of Pittsburgh. I'm a molecular bio major, and I've been swimming now for the past 5 or 6 years on the national team. And I competed in my first Paralympic Games this August, and I walked away with 2 golds, one in my 100 fly and one in the 4x100 medley relay.
That is awesome, obviously. So, I mean, I know you have a lot to be proud of, but what so far are you most proud of in your life?
I mean, I think I'm most proud of the fact that I've been able to swim and also keep a relatively normal social life as much as I can and still balance work with all that, because my major is pretty difficult.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about your time with Kumon. Why did you enroll in Kumon?
So when I was growing up, I'm really farsighted vision-wise. So when I was learning to read in first grade, I developed an eye tracking disorder where my eyes weren't reading at the same pace and I wasn't comprehending what I was reading. So I joined Kumon to learn how to fix that. And through their reading comprehension program, I was able to also learn how to spell better and understand what I'm reading when I read it.
Very good. So outside of just what you learn in the classroom, what life skills did you take away from Kumon?
I think I definitely took the fact that I like how their program is set up to where I work on it like 10 minutes per day instead of cramming it like into the last week. So it's really helped me to learn how to study before tests instead of like some of my friends will just learn all the information 24 hours before the test. But through Kumon, I've learned that like taking it little bits day by day, I'm better, like I better comprehend it and I can study better for bigger tests.
Fantastic. So you kind of got there with that. So how were you able, a lot of times we have parents say, well, I don't know how my student is going to be able to do Kumon and all the activities. Well, obviously you were extremely busy with your major activity and other things. So how were you able to balance Kumon with all those other activities you did?
Yeah, so I just made sure like around lunchtime that I would sit down, and I like usually set a timer for like 10 to 20 minutes. And I just sat down and I got it like in as much work as I could. And then I would do that every single day so that it was keeping me on track and I wasn't spending countless hours on something that if I really focused would only take me 20 minutes tops.
Very good. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So hopefully I'll be starting my first year of medical school, but we'll see. Things change.
Good. So some questions outside of that. Just share with the group what it was like. We know we talked a little bit. What was the experience of being in the Olympics like?
It was definitely the most stressful 4 weeks of my entire life. It was an amazing experience. I loved getting to go, like, be in the village and see all the different athletes and experience like the dining hall and pin trading. But I was also there to compete, and it was definitely the nicest pool I've ever swam in. And it was just a great experience, and I got to hang out with all my friends and have fun. So it was a lot of fun.
So good. So I'm going to do one thing real quickly, and then we'll open up questions. But I am going to share for everyone, now that they've met you, your event.
Jenkins off to a good start in lane number 4. Great start out of lane number 6 from Chantal Zingerveld, the Dutch swimmer.
But Jasmine Greenwood in lane 5 using her total amount of underwater she's allowed, 15 meters, so really accelerating there. But keep an eye on Jenkins as she starts to close that gap already.
So it is Jasmine Greenwood in lane 5 of Australia, the 16-year-old, the youngest in the field, coming up to the first 50 as she will make the turn and the touch.
Now watch, Greenwood's going to open that lead again with her really strong underwaters, but Jenkins showed us already that she is capable of catching her.
Mikaela Jenkins, lane number 4, the lone American in this group, just 18 years of age, the pride of Evansville, Indiana. Here she comes. It is Mikaela Jenkins starting to turn it on in the middle of the pool. This would be for a gold medal in the women's 100 butterfly S10 classification. It's a battle between those two, Australia and the USA, lanes 4 and 5. It's going to come down to this final stroke. Who's got what left? It is Jenkins in lane 4. One more to go, and it will be Jenkins getting the gold medal ahead of Greenwood.
What a touch! Came down to the last stroke.
So one of the things I mean, obviously I love the event, but it's your reaction at the end too. When you weren't quite sure who had won, but again, congratulations. And I'd like to just open it up to anybody who wants to come off mute and ask any questions or say anything. So please.
Congratulations, Mikaela. That's what I would say. Really impressive to see you swim. I know I can't even imagine how much hard work it takes, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Many congratulations, Mikaela. You are doing amazing. And of course, you made all of us proud. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So just want to share one thing. Mikaela would never come without doing any assignments. I think if he had like even one assignment not done, she'd be like so panicky, and mom will be walking with her like, oh my God, she'll finish it. She'll finish it. And she had such a time management skills. I'm just so proud of you, Mikaela. I knew from day one when you walked in the Kumon Center, I knew you would do something big.
Thank you.
Yeah. And really appreciate you coming in a short notice and connecting everything.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for asking me to come. I really appreciate it.
Very nice.
So
Hi, Mikaela. This is Vandana. I am one of the instructors here in Indiana. That is pretty awesome to see that, you're from Indiana. So I want to ask you, what do you think that, since you've been Kumon student and you have done, and good or bad, I mean, rather have some bad critics from you so we can learn from you. What do you think that, something that at Command Center we can improve or we can do because you have experience firsthand command study, worksheets, routine, and, instructor helping. So do you have anything for us that we can take away and learn?
Um, I mean, honestly, I don't think so. I really like the way the program's set up, and I enjoyed coming in and working in person once or twice a week. It just helped me to also be accountable. I really like the little reward system that Sanju had, where she would, like, if you complete like a set, she would give you like a piece of candy. I thought that was always a lot of fun.
That is awesome. Thank you.
This question was in the chat, but it was my question too. What do you say to other students who are also athletes that really struggle with that? How do I balance everything? Because I have a lot of students who end up dropping Kumon because they can't manage everything, and how do they, they end up prioritizing their practices to the expense of Kumon.
Yeah, honestly, for me, the key to my time management, or I mean, I'm not perfect, so I definitely do waste time when I need to work, but I plan everything out pretty religiously. I have a paper planner and I write everything down and the times and the dates that they need to be done. And so when I see the list of things I have to do today in my head, I tell myself, once I get that done, I can hang out with friends, I can watch TV, I can just kind of relax. But that list has to get done first. So that's really what I use to keep myself disciplined.
Thank you. That's a great, I'm glad you have figured that out at an early age, because I think I'm still working on that.
I think we all are. Yeah. So there's lots of comments in the chat, all just congratulating you. So I think we still have a couple more minutes if anybody wants to ask some final questions. Michaela's missing sorry, Richie. Michaela's missing a chemistry. Are you missing your lab today or your class, Michaela?
Just class. So far, chemistry's been my easiest class this year, and so because I had a really good high school chemistry teacher. So and we're just going over gas stuff, which I know pretty well at this point. So I'll get notes from someone else, and it'll be okay.
Go ahead, Richie.
Yeah, no, congratulations, Mikaela. This is amazing. I love watching your race. As Matt mentioned, your reaction at the end, it was surreal for you, and it was nice watching that. But question for you, I heard you mention you keep a paper binder to write your, schedule. So do you see a specific advantage of that over a digital calendar? Because a lot of kids, I have been encouraging students to do that, but they shy away from it. Do you see a specific advantage, something that I could tell our students to do?
Yeah, so I've read several studies that physically writing things down with your hand is one way to comprehend what you're learning. So for me, I know a lot of my friends take notes digitally. They either type it up or sometimes they write it on our computers with a little stylus. But I always handwrite everything because I also am a drawer. So that's one way that it solidifies in my head. So a lot of the times when I'm studying for a test, if I write it down once or I write down my schedule down once, I don't need to go back and look at it over again because through like years of taking like handwritten notes, it solidifies pretty quickly for me.
Sounds good. Yep. There's a lot of value to writing. So good, but good to hear that from you so we can take it back to our students. Thanks, Mikaela, and congratulations once again. You're amazing.
Thank you. I
Proud
really
of you.
appreciate it.
Okay, we'll do one more question. Somebody come off mute and ask a question or I'll call on you.
Hi, this is Shafiq Khan. I'm from North Dakota, way up north. First of all, congratulations to Mikaela for your success. So my question here is that you mentioned about the learning, I think reading disabilities that you had. Then the Kumon program kind of helped you. So can you tell us a little more about that? How the worksheet interacted with you? How did you improve your reading skills and everything? Thank you.
Yeah, so I mentioned this earlier, but I have an eye tracking disorder because I was so farsighted when I was learning to read in like first grade. I didn't have glasses, so I learned to read wrong and it continued that way. And so I worked with a vision therapist, and I also used Kumon. And the vision therapist helped me iron out specific details, and Kumon gave me lots of time and lots of practice so that I was able to fully develop my reading comprehension skills and also work on my spelling, which I was really bad at, because practice definitely makes perfect.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right, Mikaela, as we wrap this up, what advice would you give to all the instructors and anybody on how to help their students and how to motivate students in general?
Yeah, honestly, I bet everyone does this, but specifically the branch in Newburgh did a great job with encouragement, and they always like sat me down, and if I had any questions, they were happy to help. And for me personally, I've never done well if someone yells at me. And so the fact that they were so nice in how they taught me to do like things the right way and really like helped me understand what I was doing helped this process a lot, and it made me learn a lot more.
Awesome. Peter, do you have anything final to say?
No, that's wonderful. Thank you for you come to our meeting in the last minute announcement. So I really appreciate your effort. Also appreciate Sanju, two of you and Matt, and work together, put this together. Really inspire us. So we want to continue to learn from you in the future. Good luck with your school, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mikaela and Sanju and Matt for pulling this together too. We super appreciate it. And yeah, we hope that we don't lose touch with you. We can continue to hear and learn about your journey. So thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll echo everyone. Yes, your accomplishments are awesome. And it's really, that we get, one of the great things I get from my experience at Kumon is getting to talk to amazing students like you and amazing young people. And it's congratulations, and just, not beyond just the swimming, which obviously is awesome. Just, I'm really impressed with how you carry yourself and how you respond and how enthusiastic you were about doing this. And I do, I do tell people that one of the things about doing this job, and I think most of the instructors will agree with this too, is that you meet a lot of young people who make you question what you did in your youth, because your guys are so impressive. So, and you are up there for sure, Mikaela, and we really appreciate you being on here. And at this point, we'll let you get back to your studies, to skipping class.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks again, Mikaela.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, absolutely. And for all the other instructors, I guess I'll let Lisa take it, but that clip I showed is on YouTube. It's just from the NBC coverage of the Olympics, so you can look it up. Just search up Mikaela's name. It's Mikaela Jenkins. And if you want to see any of the other things she's done, there's plenty of things on YouTube. And then I'll let Lisa take over.